Hockey fans, it's time for BoardCheck, Impact Media's weekly drive into the world of professional hockey. I'm your host, Jeremy the Impact York. I love to pause. It makes you guys wonder what's going on. You guys think I freeze or something like that. It's fun to mess with you guys. I promise I'm just messing with you guys. But as I said, I'm Jeremy the Impact York from Impact Media. We've got some good stuff to talk about tonight as the Predators and the Hurricanes have kicked off their season. They're a couple weeks deep into the season. You've got the Gladiators who have kicked off a couple games as kicked off the first week of their schedule, and just some stuff we want to talk about in the league, which is where we will be starting. But first, I want to tell you guys how you can be a part of this show. You can impact the show, but you can email the show by contacting us at 3endzone@gmail.com. I promise you we see all of them. We respond to every one of them that needs to be responded to. If you obviously don't really have a question, then we don't need to respond, but we do appreciate you send those in. You can look for us on Facebook, whether that is Impact Media or BoardCheck. You can look for us on Twitter at BoardCheck or at Team Impact Media, or at the Impact 99 on Twitter, Triller, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find all kinds of stuff there. The Impact 99 is my account. That's when you see all kinds of things that we do with the shows here, and just stuff outside of it. Went to some really cool stuff last couple of weeks. Hopefully you guys enjoy some of those posts. And also, you can find this show on YouTube each and every week at BoardCheck 99. And so we're still working on the audio of getting an audio version of this out as well back into the podcast form, but it's going to stay a video show for at least the near future. So I told you guys there is a lot to talk about, and I want to start with the PWHL. What is the PWHL? Well, if you think about it, I bet you could figure out what all the letters stand for. Professional Women's Hockey League. This thing is going to kick off in January, which I think is fantastic. A women's professional league. It's not like there should be a women's league too. No, it's not that. There's so much great talent on the professional level, especially even in the women's game worldwide, that a lot of people are unaware of. That here in the United States, we want to start a league, and Canada, in North America, they want to start a league so that we can showcase some of the world's best talent, the same way we do all of the leagues that we have here in North America. So the big thing this week was that they have unveiled their logo. Don't have any team names yet. I'll tell you the cities in a minute, but they unveiled their logo. It is a purple W that's got the crossed sticks. There we go. It's got two hockey sticks crossed this way, and then it comes up kind of a W. Where am I at on screen? There we go. It's kind of hard to do from the way I'm here. There we go. It's kind of where's that look like? Kind of like that to a point. It looks way better than what I'm doing. But purple, because purple is a very powerful color. It is my favorite color. But let me get there we go. The logo's primary color is purple, which the league says, quote, signifies power and is often associated with ambition, both symbolic of the PWHL players and the league's formation, unquote. Absolutely. It is a very distinguished color. There is a lot associated with it. I love that they went purple. I love that they are accenting the W in the PWHL, because that is the biggest part of this league, and not because it's a female league. No, women, and empowering women to do everything that they want to. You guys know that I stand behind anybody trying to better themselves or showcase what they can do. It doesn't matter your background, gender, color, age, whatever. if you're going to go out there and do the right things and try to showcase yourself and help others, then you're probably going to have my vote. You're probably going to have me behind you. So I look forward to this. This is going to be fun. I don't know about broadcast rights yet. I would imagine ESPN has run a lot of the stories. I'd imagine even ESPN Plus has got to carry some games or something. Somebody's or YouTube TV. I don't know who's going to have it. But as soon as we know, we'll definitely tell you guys. But this thing kicks off. I think training camps are November 15th, and the league kicks off. What is this? Sassy has sent it to me. It's where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's in January. I know that. Maybe January 1st, even. I don't know. But in January is when this league will kick off. You will get 6 teams to start, and that it's same concept as the NHL. It's the original 6, and here are the original 6 cities that are going to feature teams for the inaugural year. I would imagine the next couple years. That's what I would do. They might add a couple teams next year, but we don't know yet. We're going to get Boston. We're going to get New York. We're going to get Minnesota, Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa. We're going to get 3 and 3. 3 New England-based teams, basically, and 3 in Canada. I think those are fantastic places to start, because by the time you divide up all the talent, that's going to be a lot of good homes for a lot of these ladies, and the PWHL is going to do some amazing things. So, what else can we get into tonight? There are tons of things going on. I mean, Austin Matthews decided he wanted to be on the Pat McAfee show. If I've never seen him smiling and joking around as much as he was. And no, I'm not talking about Pat McAfee. Austin Matthews was having a spectacular time on there, and it's good to see him kind of cut up. So, not a lot going on in the league, unless you want to count the 41-game suspension that the Senators' Pinto gets for gambling. At this point, I have no sympathy for a professional athlete that gets caught gambling on the game he plays. I mean, 10 years ago is when this first started up. Don't gamble on things you're a part of. It goes further than that if you want to get into baseball. But 41 games is 41 games, so enjoy being out half a season. Let's get into some of the scores. Last night was a big success. I think 109 different goals were scored by like 65 players or something like that. The NHL had every team playing last night starting at like 5 p.m. Eastern. It's just one of the most spectacular things I've seen. I couldn't believe they could get all those teams playing all at once. But let's get into the teams that we follow. Start with Carolina, who's off to a weird start at the moment, as they were able to beat the Sharks last Tuesday. I think we talked about this a little bit, but 6-3 overall score on that one. You get Jacob Slavin with a goal. You get Stefan Nosen. Marty Nachas had a goal. Seth Jarvis had 2. I think that like doubled his season total. And Brett Pesce had the other. Antti Ranta ended up having to come in to get the final 2 saves of this when he was 12 of 14. Frederick Anderson was 1 for 2. That stat should stick out to you guys. 1 for 2. He didn't come in at the end. He started the game and took a shot right off the dome, right off the helmet, really off the face mask. And precautionary, they talked to Rod Brindamore, the head coach, and he said he wasn't going back in. He didn't care if he checked out or not. You take one off the noggin, you're precautionary. We're not going to see you, which has kind of panned out because he didn't play the next couple of days either. But they get the big win there. They turn around against Seattle a couple of days later. Lose that one 7-4. Jesper Fast had a goal. Jesperi Kotkaniemi had one. And Seth Jarvis actually had 2 more goals. So he's had 4 goals in 2 games, which is about as much as I think he probably had in the month of October last year. But good to see him on a big start. Antti Ronto was 14 of 18. He gave up all 4 of those goals. Or he gave up 4 of those goals, rather. And Kochetkov gave up the other 2. Of course, the other was an empty netter towards the end. They had the game against Colorado. Remember, they're playing a lot of games away from Carolina because they are redoing the arena, doing a lot of upgrades in the area and all just in time for them to come back home. But they go out to Colorado and lose against the buzzsaw that is the Avalanche. Avalanche are now like 7-0. They're 5-0 at this point as they hand loss number 3 to Carolina. Goals from Michael Bunting. What a great pickup. Caught Miami with 1 as well. My spirit animal, Brent Burns, throws 1 in, and Jacob Slavin with the 4th. And it's not going to tell me. I guess it's not going to tell me the goalie situation. So, what does on that one? It doesn't say. So, according to ESPN's stat book here, apparently there wasn't a goalie. That could explain why they gave up 7 goals. There was a couple other games that happened. They went down to Tampa, got beat 3-0 by the Lightning. Just team come out flat. You can't do that against a team like the Lightning, who won back-to-back championships a couple years ago. Probably could have won 4 or 5 in a row if they wouldn't have had to actually pay a lot of their people. And then they are currently down 2-1 as they are finally back home against the Seattle Kraken. It's the end of the first, 2-1, as I said. Now, I'm not that alarmed. I'm not that alarmed with the Hurricanes. They're still the favorite. They have 6 points right now. They're 2 points out of first behind the Rangers. I'm not worried about the Rangers. They're probably going to fade towards the end like they kind of do. Sorry, Ranger fans. It's just what happens. And Philly and New Jersey are just a point back of all of them. Columbus, too. Columbus is going to fade. But Philly's supposed to be in a rebuild. And instead, they're bull rushing everybody. The Devils are supposed to be good. But Philly and New Jersey are the teams that I would keep my eye on in this in the Metropolitan Division. I'm not worried about Ovechkin and the Capitals. They are just going to spend the next season or so making sure he gets the record from Gretzky for goals. Pittsburgh, so much talent, so much aging talent. Unless one of the younger guys catches fire, Pittsburgh's not a threat. The Islanders are not a threat. Like I said, this is kind of a four-horse race for 3 spots. It'll be Rangers, Flyers, Devils, and Hurricanes. Pretty much trying to get everything. Now, let's go over to the Nashville Predators, who are surprisingly doing a little better than we thought they would. They currently sit at 3-4, but a lot of people thought all that young talent they kept around, they brought in a lot of veterans to try to help mentor and just, kind of get things back on track, change the focus, change the culture. Well, they're a little ahead of schedule. They were able to beat the Rangers 4-1 last Thursday. As there it is. Cole Smith nets 2. Ryan O'Reilly gets on the board, and Philip Forsberg. UC Saros with 23 saves out of 24 shots. He had a rough game right before this, and a lot of people were questioning how good he was going to be. None of those people were in Nashville. I'm not worried about arguably one of the top 2 goalies in the league, and you guys shouldn't be either. But 4-1 victory there. They come back home to play the Sharks. Able to win that one 5-1. Where Evangelista put one in the back of the net. He had an assist as well. That kid's pretty good. Fagamo, Novak had 2. And Kiefer Sherwood added the 5th. UC Saros 31 saves out of 32 attempts. He's going to end up with a bunch more shutouts. Didn't quite get it there. And then they welcomed in the Vancouver Canucks at the back-to-back home games. They get very rarely. Can't quite keep up with that one. They lose that one 3-2. As Saros gets the loss in that one, but does have 21 saves out of the 24 attempts. Your goals from Sherwood, Colton Sissons. That was all those. So, what's on track for this team? I said they're kind of ahead of the game. They're just shy of what Philly's doing on the other side, but they got the game this Saturday. 7 p.m. puck drop on that one. They're going to host the Maple Leafs. That's going to be a very interesting matchup because the Maple Leafs have started off pretty hot, and then they're going to go to Vancouver to try to repay the Canucks for some of the damage they have done in Nashville recently. That's a 10 p.m. puck drop on that one. That is next Tuesday. But like I said, they got 6 points. Carolina's got 6 points. The only problem that Nashville has is having 6 in the Central Division is not like having 6 points in the Metropolitan. 6 points in the Metropolitan has you 2 points out of first. 6 in the Central has you 6 points away from Colorado, who is 6-0. I told you they're still undefeated. They're crushing everybody. Turns out when everybody gets healthy, they might be the best team in the league. Those kinds of things happen. But still early on, Nashville knows they're looking at the 2 or 3 in that division, possibly a wild card anyway. Still a long season to go. What they've played 7 games out of 82. Yeah, not concerned. Not concerned with that in the least. Let's shift to some Gladiators. The Gladiators get their home opener as they were able to defeat the Ghost Pirates of Savannah, who have one of the cooler logos, and they really do it nice. I like the way they do it, but weren't as good as our Gladiators. We win that one 4-2. It's always nice to win the home opener. And some other news from Gladiators, as they are assigned Nolan Burke from Milwaukee, from the Admirals. He's a Nashville prospect, not quite getting the playing time they want him to, so they said, we're going to send you to Atlanta where I know you'll get to play. And between, I guess, general manager Pyle, I know it's not his official title, but it's basically what he does. Between Jeff Pyle and Coach Nezzi, there's not 2 better people in the ECHL to develop a talent like Nolan Burke. He's a forward. If he listens to those 2 guys, they're great skaters, great leaders. He'll be back in Milwaukee in no time. So Atlanta fans, try to catch the games you can before Burke gets sent back up north. 2 other people that were added to the squad. We got defender Griffin Luce and Carson, I think it's Gisowich. That's what we're going to go with until I'm corrected. But both of these were assigned from Milwaukee. Same basic concept there. You're trying to develop them. You're trying to get them ice time because that is how they're going to get better faster. And why not put them next to 2 of the best developers, as I said, and around a good young squad like Atlanta, who they can complement everything that these guys do. But we got an upcoming schedule. We got an upcoming schedule for them. There it is. Next game is Wednesday. This Wednesday. Like this coming up Wednesday. As they will host the Swamp Rabbits at the Gas South Arena for Wednesday night hockey puck drop at 7. And then Friday, November the 3rd, they will host the Jacksonville Icemen. And Sunday, November 5th, they will host the Stingrays. So lots of good home games coming up here soon. We've got some away games in between that, but it's a good time to go see Gladiator games. A lot of good ticket deals, ticket prices. The flex plan looks really nice. Might have to pick up one of those myself. Got a lot of little people in my life that definitely want to go see some games, and I definitely want to take them to some games. But other than that, that's all the hockey we got for tonight. Thanks for tuning in to another great edition of Board Check. I'm Jeremy the Impact York. We'll see you guys next week. Go Kane, go Preds, go Glad, go White.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck